Hey everybody, how you doing? Gallifrey Madman here with another GLC Race Club news report. Well, I haven't been around for a little bit, been a couple of weeks, but as you can see, I finally finished my move, got everything done. I'm here in the new studio, and I'm ready to bring you some race results. I know I'm going to try and make this a little quick. Got 2 weeks worth of racing, a lot of races to get rid of, to get caught up on, and I'm going to bring you what I can. I've got some reports here from Forza, some other stuff I dug up. So what we're going to start off with right now is Sundays on Forza with the MX-5 Cup. Now, uh, first race we're going to be visiting is the Prague Short Race. Now, while MX5 was able to take the pole position to start the race, and he got out to a lead when the race started. Unfortunately, incidents happened, and he crashed um, once or twice, allowing Ghost to come in and take the lead um, after the halfway point. And at that point, there wasn't enough laps left. For MX5, he ran out of laps to be able to get the lead back. Even though he was reeling him in, he wasn't able to pull it back. So Ghost was able to go on to take the win at Prague Short, followed by MX5 in second. And there was quite a battle for third between Lucky Eddie and Racing Freak. But finally, Lucky Eddie was able to squeeze out the third spot on the podium. Now, that is the second to the last race of the season. We are going to go now to the last race of the season, going for the championship. MX5 is fighting for the championship, and he hasn't won a race yet, which is an achievement in the GLC. Really, it is. But he's not the first to do it, though. Woodle did manage it, but uh, going into the last race at Sebring, uh, we had a good qualifying session going on. Uh, T Dog was just absolutely blistering when it came to the lap times on it, so he was able to grab the pole. Now, what happened to him as far as the race is concerned, um, I'm not sure. Uh, he he came in the second spot on the podium, but he had quite a bit of competition uh, out there because once again, Ghost hard charging, MX5 also hard charging. MX5 just wants to take that championship home. So when all is said and done, for the second week in a row, Ghost managed to take the top spot and get first place, take that top spot on the podium, followed by T Dog, managed to squeak out the second spot, and then, of course, MX5 taking the third spot, which allowed him enough of points to take the championship home. So the MX5 championship goes to MX5. Funny how that worked out, huh? But no, congratulations to him. There's some good racing going on there. They've got a lot of quality racers racing on that on Sundays. So that was not an easy achievement on him, but his consistent top top place finishes, not winning a race, but still being up there towards the top, allowed him to seal that championship for himself. So again, congratulations to him. Um, as far as what's going to be coming after this on Forza for Sundays, not sure yet. I haven't been informed of anything, so I will let you know that at another time. Now, turning our attention to Indy cars on Project Cars, uh, eventful really is. There's a big difference between running Indy cars on Project Cars and running Indy cars on Forza. Unfortunately, Forza was able to have some ovals and some other stuff. Project Cars, of course, we don't have any ovals, so everything is done on circuit tracks. And my, it's so easy to lose your wheels in that game. You make a mistake and you're losing your wheels, which is, quite accurate. That's what happens when you're racing in Indy cars and open wheel cars like that. But it was very eventful. Uh, Not everybody who starts the race does finish, but Mr. Coughlin is still holding himself in quite a comfortable position on the leaderboard. Um, Unfortunately, a couple weeks ago, uh, he did not manage a very good finish. He did blow his engine after losing a tire and trying to limp around to to the pits to get a new tire. He did manage to blow out his engine, um, so he had to settle for pretty much no position. He was disqualified, um, of course, for losing the tire and blowing it. Um, our winner of that race was a new racer, and by the name of HX Tour, came on to win that race, and it was a very good race. I do believe it was Watkins Glen Short, and I'm hearing it was a very good. Gekop taking the second position. Now, of course, I wasn't there because my whole moving situation, so I relied on information given to me. So we only had four people actually there at the end of the race, but two of them were ended up being disqualified. And so we only had two people on the podium. HX Tour taking the first spot and followed in second place by Gekop. Now, the following week, going into Sonoma Short, I believe. Oh, no, excuse me. I gave you the wrong report. That was Sonoma Short. HX Tour was able to win that race there. The week before that was the Watkins Glen Short race, and Mr. Coughlin did win that race, followed by HX Tour on the second position, and then of course Gruff Sky, who's one of our newer members, but he shows up and he does pretty well in our races. He managed to squeak out the third position. So we actually had three racers to take the podiums there at Watkins Glen. So that was 2 weeks ago, followed by the Sonoma Short, where HX Tour won the championship. Um, the next race for the IndyCar circuit is going to be Monza. So only 2 weeks left of that. Mr. Coughlin is pretty much commanding lead. I don't think anybody can catch him. I don't even think it's mathematically possible for anybody to beat him for the championship. So for him, it's just getting out there and finishing the race. He's pretty much got no pressure out there, so he's enjoying himself. But as far as the other positions, second and third, they're still fighting for that. Now, going into the Indy cars for Forza, I've been given no reporting on that. Most I can do is look here on the website. Oh, sorry about that. Look here on the website, and what I'm seeing as far as that's concerned, it has come to an end. They have run the full season on the Indy cars in Forza, and what I'm seeing is Lofty taking the championship and taking it quite comfortably. Some very solid racing on his part. He missed 1 week, but solid top two finishes every week. Unfortunately, second to the last week, Junior made an appearance, and Junior was able to steal the top spot at the Daytona Oval, followed by Lofty in the second position, and then Ghost bringing in the third, which of course you've heard Ghost name quite a bit. He's a solid racer. And then the final week going into the Daytona Oval again, but this time at night. A new racer joining the crew, F1XL Pred. He was able to take the win for the night, followed by Lofty in second. Again, like I said, Lofty is either win or second place. So he's quite solid when it comes to Indy cars at Forza. And then, of course, Bullet Wound coming in at the third position. So that's your podium for the final week of Indy cars, and it's the Daytona Oval at night. So again, we got some very solid racing going on there at the Indy cars, but Lofty is your championship, is your champion, excuse me, for the championship, and then followed by in second spot by Merlin Mal. Now here's an interesting thing. Those last few races coming in, and somebody who deserves it. Uh, he's a good person. Makes the third spot on the leaderboard for the finishing of the championship. Big Ramey. That is a big, big finish for Big Ramey. Taking the third overall position. That is congratulations to him. But again, Lofty is your champion for the Forza IndyCar season. Now, going back to Project Cars again, we are stepping into the GT3s, and we had one night of racing on the GT3, and then we had a break for a cup. Right now, as far as the cup is concerned, we did the Caterhams, and we had a nice little Caterham Cup at Mazda Laguna Seca, and it was fun. They're a lot of fun to drive around that track. They handle the corkscrew, in my opinion, phenomenally. Really, really great cars when it comes to the corkscrew. Um, but we had some interesting racing going on there, and to my recollection, I could be wrong because unfortunately I don't have the actual information yet. I'm still looking for the screenshot of the finish, but I do believe uh, Wadenator was the one who actually won the Caterham Cup. So congratulations to him. Now going into the race that we had before the Cup last week, we had. I'm just waiting for the computer to catch up here. Uh, week 6, we had a race, the Nordschleife. Ooh, that is that's brutal. It really is brutal. But we did have a new racer that night, and you hear Sidewinder's name a lot when it comes to the races. But unfortunately, on this night, it did not come into the first position. Our new racer, Suomi, took the first spot and quite commandingly took that first spot from Sidewinder. And Suomi is one of the quickest racers out there on the Xbox when it comes to track times and everything. He is just, you start looking through time trials and stuff, you're going to see his name at the top. He's just a very, very fast. So Suomi taking the race at Nordschleife, followed by Sidewinder in the second position, and then bringing up the third position was XR Junior. Yes, Junior has changed his name. He is now XR Junior JH. So that's your podium for the Nordschleife. Suomi in first, Sidewinder second, and Junior in third. Now, the race I told you was the Caterham Cup, which was won by Wadenator, I do recall. Now, last night's race, Bathurst. Bathurst can be a brutal track as well. And where it really gets brutal is when you start heading up onto the mountain, Mount Panorama. And you have all those walls and the S's, and it can be very brutal. And not only what I'm going to say here as far as the GT3 races the past couple of nights or the past couple of weeks for during the season, we've only had to run one lobby, and the lobbies have been great. everybody sticking around and making it to the end. Well, mostly everybody. One or two dropping out here or there because they either crash out or something. And either way, we still had 13 people finishing um, at the race at Bathurst. And like I said, it was just a lot of fun. Actually, was a lot more fun than you'd think you're going to have at Bathurst because, like I said, it can be a rough track. But Junior finally getting his first win of the season at Bathurst. Now, some would say, well, that's Sidewinder wasn't there, or Breeze wasn't there, or Suomi wasn't there. No, I'd have to say it's not because they weren't there. Did Junior probably have a little easier of a time to win the race because they weren't there? Yeah. Did he win the race because they weren't there? I won't say that because he is a good competitor, and I think for the most part he can keep up with those guys better than the rest of us. I mean, so yes, they weren't there, but Junior, a well-deserved win, commanding victory. Um, Second position coming up with Polished Halo. Now, Polished Halo is sitting in the second position on the standings behind Sidewinder, and he's nipping at his heels. So, Polished Halo is no slouch. Bringing up the third spot on the podium was number one, Party Marty. So again, really good racing going on there in Bathurst. A lot of fun, a lot more fun than I thought I'd have on it, and it was just a great time. As far as Forza on Saturday nights, I have no idea what's going on there. I'll see if I can find out some information on what exactly is going on over there. But as far as right now, I have no clue what's going on. Um, Once I do know, it'll be included into the news report. But for right now the MX5 Cup has wrapped up on Sundays on Forza. We've got 2 more weeks of reporting to go on the IndyCar for Project Cars on Sundays. Your Forza IndyCar has wrapped up. We've still got a lot of season left for the GT3s on Project Cars. We've only gone through week 7 of 15, so there's still 8 more weeks left to go to that. So still a lot of racing left to go. Once I get to know more of what's going on with all um, these new leagues that are forming for Forza, what we have coming soon on Project Cars, I will have it here for you. I will let you know everything that's going on. But until then, that's all I got for you. So I'm Gallifrey Madman. Y'all have a good night.